Well, hello everybody. Hello. This is Roland and I'm Recie Myers and Roland and I are coming to you live uh, on Sunday.
Yes, and good afternoon, and I am finally awake. I'm glad to be here with you all on this beautiful day.
Yes, every morning, Monday through Friday, Roland and I come and share just a nugget or two with spiritual entrepreneurs, people who know that they want more, they want to be more, they want to do more, they want to have more. And today we're going to just talk about divine purpose. And tomorrow morning I was going to come live, but I have an appointment, so I'm doing it tonight or this evening. You know, we all are here, and I've mentioned this several times before. We are here for a divine purpose. God has a work for each one of us to do, something special. And I was reflecting today on my life, and I thought about myself as a child, and sometimes, we make decisions, sometimes without thinking things through, as children often do. And I was thinking in particular of, when I think I was, yeah, I was about uh, the first one, because there were several different events that happened in my life that were life threatening, and I didn't even think about it. I was, I think, about 8 years old, and I attended a private school, and our school had just gotten a brand new piano. It came in a case or a crate. They removed the piano from the crate, took it out and put it in the school, but then left the crate on the outside where the children played. And number one, there were nails and things all in that. It should have been removed. Really, it should have been. But some of the boys, I think I mentioned I used to love to do whatever my brother did. I was kind of like a tomboy. Whatever the boys did, climb tree, I did all that. So the boys were using that crate, that wooden crate. They would climb on top of the wall, jump on the crate to kind of set it up like a seesaw so that one side was down and the other side was up. So the boys would jump on the upside, and whoever was standing on the low side would go flying through the air, and they would stand and land on top of the wall. Of course, they were older, and here I was like a fourth grader. Uh, yeah, fourth grader, and I said, "Oh, I want to try it. Oh, I want to do it. I want to
You
do
had
it."
to prove yourself, huh?
Well, it looked so cool, like, oh man, that looks so cool. So one of the boys, I don't even know who it was, but he said, okay. Now, being older and bigger and heavier, he had more weight. So I was standing on the low end, and he jumped on the high end. And of course, I didn't just go up in the air, I went way up in the air, did like somersaults, and instead of landing on top of the wall, I landed over the wall in an elderly lady's yard. she was she happened to be outside in her yard. She had the the metal covering that covered her well. She had that opened, and when I could have fallen into the well, and I could have broken my neck, I could have broken an arm, my back, I could have done something. So that was the first incident. So I was reflecting on that. God kept me through that. And the second major incident was when I believe I was a ninth grader. Our school had just done a fundraiser to collect um, monies to buy tumbling, PE equipment, the tumbling mats and all that. Being the daredevil type of child, I was very active. I was doing my PE class, and I climbed on top of my cousin's shoulders. And to come down, she was walking and I was balancing. Of course, there were no tumbling mats at all. And I don't know what happened. I fell backwards, and bam, I hit my head on the concrete.
Good
And of
night.
course, I was knocked completely out. Blood was oozing out of my head. And by the time I regained consciousness, they were lifting me into the ambulance on a gurney. So there again, I could have broken my neck. I mean, I had some equilibrium issues because it was off, couldn't walk straight, was staggering. That was the second major incident in my life that lets me know that, hey, God has a work for me to do. And same He has for each one of you. All right, that was the second major.
Maybe there's more.
Yes. My third, I was in college. This was like in 1979 or 1980. My sister and I, we were going to New York for the Christmas break. And one of our friends, he lived in Pennsylvania, who was going to give us a ride all the way to New York. I think we got to Ohio, and there were like 5 of us in the car. All of a sudden, this is on the highway, the car just kind of fell back. The car lost the wheel in the back. And the car was now dragging on the street. Sparks and stuff were coming out from the dragging, you know. And the tire rolled by the car. It just rolled on by the car on the highway. And there we were, you know, on the side of the road. We could have been hit by a truck. I mean, the car could have caught on fire because of all the sparks. You know, when I stop and I reflect all these near-death experiences, you know, lets me know, hey, you know, I'm here for a reason. And so I know that I cannot just go through life and not give God the praise. You know, He has blessed me. Now, I know, Roland, this is some stuff that has happened to me. What do you have? I mean,
Well, I'm afraid it's not quite as dramatic and involved as your daredevil life. But I just remember the time that I was in the hospital a couple of years ago in Suffolk, where I had this serious throat infection. It's significant to me because I stayed in there about 6 days, and I've never been in the hospital before. And you know, I have diabetes, and my sugar levels were just all out of control. It's just whacked, and you know, before I know it, everybody seemed to be coming in, looking in our room on me. But you know, through the wisdom of the doctors and the nurses, I was able to, we were able to get everything under control. So, you know, that was a blessing. Then I'm thinking about the constant times as I go through the day, and I almost get into accidents, you know. Just something about this car that we have, it just seems to attract accidents, you know. But I thank God for that, because that could, you know, be a major inconvenience, and not only that, you could get seriously hurt. I could get seriously hurt. So, you know, when I look back at it, and I say, well, you know, the Lord is good in that, you know, He's sparing me from certain disaster, and so there must be a purpose in my life.
and so when I think about you, when I think about me and our experiences, and those of you who are out there, you know, we're still here. We're still in the land of the living. That tells me God is still working with us and working through us. And we cannot just, when we reflect on our lives and we see where God has brought us, we can't just keep our mouths closed. We have to give Him praise. Yes. We have to give Him praise. And so I titled today's live, Divine Purpose. So some of us don't exactly know what our purpose is, but no matter what, you can still give God the praise. You can still give Him glory, because He is worthy. He is worthy.
And when we connect it in a business sense, when we are fully successful where we want to be, we're sure to, you know, give Him the praise. And whatever blessings we receive, we remember where they came from, and we return those blessings to others and also to Him. So, you know, that's the whole important thing, because we know without Him, you know,
nothing
who
is
are
possible.
we? Nothing.
Yes.
Even the air we breathe.
Yes. So we shared this story with you all, number one, because storytelling, it is an art. And I'm going to share in the description a link where you can learn more about storytelling. And we all have stories to tell. We all have something that may have happened to us where we see how God has been guiding and directing and using us to do His will.
And it's up to each one of us to look back over our lives and see where we could have been and where we are now.
Right.
And, you know, give praise where praise is due.
Now, Roland, some people have come on there, and I can't see a thing without these, so I'm just going to say hello.
The glare.
The glare, yes. Well, hi, is that Ron? Hi, Ron. Thank you for joining. There's some others have come on here. Cece. Oh, hi, Cece Prentice. Glad that you can join. Hi, Maurice. Yes. We're trying to get back up there to Boston. We're going to try to do that. Well, hi, Guillermo. how you're doing better. John Green, thank you guys for coming on. If we've said anything that resonates with you, do share it out. And remember where our blessings come from. We can't be ever ashamed to give praise where praise is due.
Right.
Because without God, nothing is possible. So we thank you for joining us, and I'll be back Tuesday morning. This live is for probably tomorrow. Anyway, have an awesome day, and we'll
Happy
see.
Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye now.